Hello everyone, welcome to Weeding Simulator 2020. Now before we start, we have to know, what is a weed? Google's definition of a weed: a weed is a wild plant growing where it is not wanted and in competition with cultivated plants. Now, second definition for a weed is a contemptibly feeble person. A feeble person is somebody who is lacking in physical strength, especially as a result of age or illness. Now, that's shocking. This is just, we're walking, we're plucking weeds. We are weeding. This is bliss. This is what I've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this release just to do this. This is the most relaxing thing I've ever done and ever will do in my entire life. Look at this guy following a butterfly as we're picking up weeds. Look at how he awes at the sight of this butterfly, follows it, wonders about it. It's marvelous. Where else can you get an experience like this? What worries do I have in this game? Sure, I have a home loan I have to pay off. Sure, I'm stranded on an island, but who cares if I'm stranded on an island when I have weed? Who cares if I'm stranded on an island if I get to weed, you know? It's things like this. It's things like this. I wake up for this, you know? And well, look at this. We have another townsfolk. But look, what is she? That fishing rod's poking through her head. But that's what I mean. It's just so peaceful that she doesn't care. Why should she care? It's not hurting her, is it? I don't see any cries of pain. You know what it is? It's relaxing. That's what that fishing rod's doing to her head. Relaxing her. I'm bliss right now. Nothing can stop what I'm doing. You know, through this experience of just weeding, I pondered to myself, what would it be like to be a weed? Just a single weed. I think the answer can be described in one word: bliss. If we go on to Google again and we type up define bliss, we get perfect happiness, great joy. We also get reach a state of perfect happiness, oblivious of everything else. Now, if that doesn't describe a weed, I don't know what does. Oh, what do we have here? A cicada. Look at how it has no worries in the world. How it just sits. I haven't seen a single bird on this island. There is nothing that can harm this cicada. If I'm picking off little weeds on the ground, are there bigger weeds? And how do trees and all their roots work? Especially with weeds. Like, if I pick a weed from the ground, I am removing it from the island, as well as the roots and all of that, but if everything's interconnected underground, does it make this island just a giant weed? If that's the case, then how am I able to pick off every single weed on the island if the island itself is a weed? But see what I just said there? Every weed on the island. If the island is a weed, then how can I pick itself off of itself? And that's just how it is. Look at my character go. Not a worry in the world. Now, everybody knows that big things always derive from smaller components, smaller things, smaller energy, smaller everything. And so I'm going to demonstrate that right now with weed. So what I'm going to do is, we're going to walk over to this bench, and we're going to craft something. Going to head over to the housewares, and what we have here is a hay bed. Now I have 242 clumps of weed, and so what I'm going to do with that is, we're going to create some hay beds. Okay, so I've created the beds of hay, and right from the get-go, what what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna change the wording of that name. Haybed doesn't give an homage to where it came from. I think a better name for it would be a weed bed, or a bed of weed. Because we used the weed to create a bigger weed. Now, we're gonna start off putting our weed beds around the island. Here we go. There we go. 1A weed bed. This is supposed to be a very calming experience. As you can see, we've planted ourselves onto the weed bed, giving back to nature. But we shouldn't sleep yet. We still have weed beds to put around. Now, what I might do is, I might surround this tree with a bed of weed. Because I'm giving Mother Nature my love and my respect. So what we do is, we continue to put down the weed beds. We make sure they're positioned properly. If need be, move them to the side a bit. For those of you who don't know, this is what Mother Nature likes. And as I do this, I begin to ponder yet again as to why I may be doing this. Am I doing this out of self-love? Love for Mother Nature? Or out of a selfless need to give back? Choices like this, decisions that we make like this, do not matter. They only give us self-validation, which we do not need. All we need is calm. I've been wandering, weeding, for a long time now, and I must take my leave. Hopefully you all learned something. Hopefully you all know just what it means to be bliss. Tune in next time where I might do some more weeding, maybe take a nice stroll, interact more with the local people, but most importantly, open our minds to bliss and the way of life that is calm, serene weeding.